Good afternoon and welcome. We're here to do a daily challenge as promised. Okay, and today's daily challenge, very simple. It's just to take some silent time and sit and either watch the sun rise or the sun set. So just take yourself off on your own to a quiet spot, a position. It can be inside your home if you don't have a way of getting out. If you're housebound, you can sit in a position where you can see the sunrise or sunfall, perhaps from a balcony or a window or something like that. If you can't actually see the sun rise or set, just sit yourself in a position facing the area that you know the sun rises and sets or sets. So face if the sun rises in the east and you want to connect with the sunrise but you can't physically get out to connect with it, then just sit yourself facing the east and visualize a sunrise. If you, on the other hand, are wanting to connect with the sun setting and you can't get out to physically see it, then just sit in a position where you're facing the west. If the sun sets in the west where you are, sit and face that area. So whichever direction the sun rises or sets in, and whether you're tuning into the sunrise or the sunset, whichever one it be, just face that direction. And you just sit still and quiet. If you can't actually see the sunrise or sunset, then just visualize it in your mind. If you're lucky enough to be in a position where you can go and sit and watch the sunrise or watch the sun set, then totally lose yourself in that sunrise or sunset. Still your mind and just totally focus on the sunrise or sunset. And just sit there and watch it for as long as you feel drawn to, until the sun has either totally risen and come from beyond the horizon right up and has risen fully, or till it's set fully if you're watching the sunset. And if you choose to sit there longer, a little bit longer after it's risen or set, that's fine too, but just set that time aside to make this stillness, this silence, and connect with that sunrise or sunset. It's a good idea to have your journal handy after you've finished this process, because you may find that during this process you could receive downloads of information or wisdom. You may receive symbols or codes. Just jot those symbols or codes down. A code can be odd words, that just words that come through. Single words could be sentences, could be information. You could get a whole lot of really interesting information. If it comes through, just write it. Don't take any notice of it. Just write it down. Go back and read it later. But you may get cryptic things come through too. So you might get just one or two words that don't necessarily seem to go together or whatever. And they could be even words that you've not heard spoken before or you haven't seen before. So if that happens to you, research whatever you get. You could be given symbols and you may not recognise the symbols or the meanings of the symbols. If that's the case, then do your research later. But at the time, just jot it down. If you don't get any of these things, it doesn't matter. It's just completely being in silence and connecting with that sunrise or sunset and taking you into that beautiful, peaceful space. So when you've done this, you'll feel uplifted and you feel really, really lovely and at peace and calm, and at the same time re-energized. So whatever happens for you is what's meant to happen for you. So don't worry if you don't get messages or symbols or codes or whatever. If you do, great, write them down. But it's a great daily challenge because it really does make you feel amazing, and it's really good for your soul. It's really good for your physical body, for all your bodies, to just be in this silent space and watch the sun either rise or set, or both if you've got time. If it fits in with your schedule and you can watch the sun come up and then in the evening watch it go down, it's amazing. And it really makes you feel peaceful and connected, not only with the earth, but with the higher realms. So you feel totally connected to your soul and your spirit and your soul family and all the higher realms and all the deity, with your angels, your archangels, with Source. This feeling of connection and total oneness is what you'll feel when you're connecting in this way. So it's really worth the effort of taking the time, and it doesn't take all that long. You can take as long as you like. If you only have 10 minutes to sit there and watch, then take those 10 minutes, and if you have to go, you have to go. If you can stay there for the full length of the sun rising or setting, then it's amazing. But if you can't afford that much time, take the time that you can afford to take. And then maybe the next time you do it, you might be able to extend the time. But it really is uplifting, and you have this great sense of being part of the one and the whole, and being a tiny little aspect of that, but being an important part of it too. So it's a really good thing to do. So give it a go. I'd love to hear how you go with it and how you felt after. And as I say, if you can do both, it's really worth the effort. So simple daily challenge today. But all these little daily challenges really have quite a big impact and a very beneficial impact on your spiritual growth, your physical well-being, and your self-development. And they really help. It's like going to a really calm space in the middle of a storm. So you can have a really, really hectic day, crazy day, but if you can take the time out to sit and watch the sun go down and just really look at all the colours in the sky and whatever's around you and really feel that energy and breathe it into you, you'll feel amazing afterwards. And you'll feel this great sense of never being alone and of being supported and of being supporting as well. Okay, that's your daily challenge for today. If you enjoyed it, as I said, I'd love to hear how you went. So if you've subscribed, you can put a little message or note on, and it'll be a public note. So everybody will be able to read it, but I'll be able to read it as well. So I'd love to get your messages. That would be wonderful. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Hope you get to watch that sunset and the sunrise the next morning. But really, well and truly worth taking the time out and the effort to do it. Okay, love and blessings. Bye for now.